Today's topic is environmental pollution. Now, first of all, we will see how we can define this particular term. Pollution may be said any undesirable change in the physical, chemical, or biological characteristics of environment. This is called as pollution. And how this pollution it results, this pollution is the result of human activities. You see, the humans, whatever they do against the nature, and if they do something wrong, if they spread such materials in the environment which are hazardous, which are toxic, this results in pollution of the environment. And those substances which are added in the environment and which are not suitable for the environment, which destroy the environment, they are called as the pollutants. So the substances which are responsible for pollution, they are called as the pollutants. And these pollutants, they will lead to undesirable effect on the living organism, because the organisms, they survive in surrounded by an environment, and if it is deteriorated, if it is destroyed, ultimately what will happen, the organisms, they will suffer, they won't be able to carry out their life in a better way. So in this way, the pollutants, they cause harm to the living organisms. The pollutants, what are actually these pollutants are, they are the residues. Residues means the leftover things, the waste things, which the things we make, then we use them, and whatever is the waste out of them, we throw them in the environment, and they then serve as the pollutants, and they destroy our environment. Thus, please, if any thing is not clear to you, if you want to clarify certain thing which I say, you can do ask. I can repeat it. I can tell you in further simpler way. So if you see that you are not understanding some point, so please you can ask me. These what are the pollutants? These are the byproducts of transportation, industry, agriculture. Byproducts are the things which are produced in addition to the products which you want to get from a certain thing. There are certain additional materials which are formed, and if they are they are a form of waste, so they will be added in the environment, and they will be serving as the pollutants, and they will destroy our environment. We have two basic types of pollutants. Number one is non-degradable pollutants, and number two is biologically degradable pollutants. As the term is self-explanatory, non-degradable, it means that these are those pollutants which do not degrade, which do not break down and get converted into simpler forms, right? Either they will not degrade at all, or if they degrade, their degradation rate is very slow. So these two categories, these two characteristics, if the pollutants they have, then we consider those pollutants as the non-degradable pollutants. So what are the examples of these kind of pollutants? For example, aluminum cans, mercury salts, phenolic chemicals, DDT. This is the abbreviation of diphenyl trichloroethane. You should remember what is the full expression of DDT. So this is the abbreviation, and this chemical is the keeps on accumulating in the food chain. So it is actually banned world over, DDT. Now this is a pesticide, and now it is no longer in use. And nuclear waste, they also degrade very slowly, so these are categorized as non-degradable pollutants. The second category of pollutants is biodegradable pollutants. Now you see here the term bio is being used. So what does it mean? It means that there may be certain organisms which are able to break down these pollutants. So that's why they are called as biodegradable. So these are the substances that break down into simple substances due to activity of living organisms. And when they are break down into simple substances, then they will get mixed with the soil, and then they will be serving as the nutrients and will be used by certain plants, etc. For example, sewage, agricultural waste, these are when added into the soil, they will be broken down by the organisms which are living in the soil, and they will be broken down into simpler substances. Causes of pollution, why over environment it gets polluted. There is excessive release of chemicals by the humans. The humans, when they run their factories, when they run their automobiles, and when they carry out different processes, so what happens that certain chemicals are produced from the industries, from the automobiles, and these chemicals, they enter into the environment, and they cause the pollution. For example, discharge of warm water containing waste. Our industry use water, and when that water is used, the unused water containing many different types of substances, plus that water is at some higher temperature, when it is thrown into the water bodies, this will be the cause of pollution. This water will containing hot water, it is low in oxygen concentration, so this water will be having less oxygen, as a result of which what happens, the aquatic life, the animals which are living in that water body, they will be having harmful effect, or they can even die due to that polluted water. Now, we have kinds of pollution depending upon in which part of the atmosphere these pollutants they are having their effect. For example, based upon if the pollutants they are polluting the air, we call it as the air pollution. Similarly, water pollution, soil pollution, and undesirable, unpleasant voice which interfere with our daily activities, it is also called as the noise pollution. So we can consider the fourth type of pollution as the noise pollution. Now, one by one, we will see these different types of pollution. First of all, we see air pollution. What is air pollution? Air pollution is the transfer of harmful amount of natural and synthetic materials into the atmosphere due to direct and indirect ह्यूमन एक्टिविटीज की वजह से अगर हार्मफुल सब्सटेंसेस जो हैं वो एटमॉस्फेयर में एंटर होते हैं, आपकी एयर में एंटर होते हैं, तो दिस विल बी द टाइप of pollution which is called as the air pollution. What are the air pollutants now? The substances causing the air pollution, they are called as the air pollutants. They can be either in the gaseous form, they can be in the liquid form, for example aerosols वगैरह, or they may be solids as well. These air pollutants, they may be primary in nature. Why they are termed as primary, or when they are termed as primary, they are said to be primary air pollutants if they are added to the air directly, then they will be said as to be primary air pollutants. Or they may be secondary air pollutants if the primary air pollutants they further react in the air in the presence of electromagnetic radiations from the sun, and they form certain other substances which are being formed by the primary substances, they will be said as the secondary pollutants. So the primary pollutants directly they are added into the environment, and when the primary pollutants they react with one another and change into some other types of substances, then they are termed as the secondary pollutants. Major air pollutants, what are these? Sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxide, nitric oxide, carbon monoxide, hydrogen sulfide, uh, then fluorines, lead, mercury, fumes, smoke, dust, aerosols, all these particles which remain gases and particles which remain suspended in the environment, they are called as the air pollutants. Sources of air pollution, from where these pollutants they come and they get added into the air. The number one is gases from the vehicle exhaust, जो आपके different transportation चलती है, different vehicles चलते हैं, उनके जो engines में से gases निकलती हैं, they are added into the environment. Then fossil fuel burning, आपका gas, coal, petrol, all these fossil fuels, when they get burned, they also produce certain gases. Then paint industry, solvents, pesticides, deforestation process, foams, refrigerators, fire extinguishers, plastic foam manufacturing, and vehicle exhaust. And yes, all these are the sources from where the materials, the pollutants which add into the environment. And out of these, the vehicular exhaust and fossil fuel, they are the chief contributors of air pollution. So सबसे ज़्यादा जहाँ से ये एयर पोल्यूशन जो है वो आपके एनवायरनमेंट को ख़राब कर रही है, वो आपके व्हीकुलर एग्जॉस्ट है, और उसके साथ है जी ये जो फॉसल फ्यूल बर्निंग है, दे आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द destruction of the quality of air. Now, the environmental concerns of air pollution. The major environmental concerns include photochemical smoke, acid rain, global warming, and ozone depletion. This is the fourth one, right? So these are the major global concerns about the air pollution. One by one, we see what are these different concerns. Number one is the photochemical smoke. This phenomena you have observed in last month. Normally, in nature, what happens that the warm air near the ground um, escapes into the upper atmosphere. Normally ऐसा ही होता है, जैसे ही क्योंकि अर्थ जो है वो पहले से गर्म हो जाती है, तो जो एयर इसके इन कांटेक्ट होती है वो वार्म हो जाती है, और वो वार्म एयर क्योंकि लाइटर होती है तो ये ऊपर एटमॉस्फेयर की तरफ ये राइज करती है, सो ये अपर एटमॉस्फेयर की तरफ चली जाती है. लेकिन क्या होता है कि ड्यू टू एयर पोल्यूटेंट्स, अगर एयर पोल्यूटेंट्स जो हैं एनवायरनमेंट में बहुत ज़्यादा मौजूद हैं, फॉर एग्जांपल सूट एंड स्मोक. सूट क्या है? कार्बन जो कि बर्निंग से फॉसल फ्यूल के प्रोड्यूस होता है, और स्मोक the dust particles in the environment. If they are present near the earth's surface, they will trap the pollutants near the surface. If they are present, so they will trap this warm air near the earth's surface. This phenomena is called as thermal inversion, so that the hot air, it won't be able to escape into the upper atmosphere. The pollutants will not allow the air to escape. This process is called as the thermal inversion. What will happen? The result will be the formation of a dense fog suspended in mist. What is mist? Mist is the tiny droplets of water. ये क्योंकि आपके विंटर के अंदर मॉइस्चर कंटेंट जो है, ह्यूमिडिटी जो है वो एयर में ज़्यादा होती है, तो क्या होता है कि फॉग formation of a dense fog takes place, which is suspended in these tiny droplets of water, which are called as the mist, and the result will be the production of photochemical smoke. So all these different things, that is the soot, the smoke, the dust particles, and the water droplets, in the presence of sun rays, they will be converted into photochemical smoke, and this will happen under the warm and sunny conditions. When there is sunlight, this phenomena will take place. This photochemical smoke contain two air pollutants. Number one is nitrogen oxide. कहाँ से आएगी? Fossil fuel की burning से आएगी. Plus hydrocarbons. ये भी fossil fuel की burning से आएंगे. They will react in the presence of sunlight and they will be converted into O3, which is ozone. And another chemical which is called as PNA, peroxyl acetyl nitrate, PAN जिसको हम कहते हैं, they will be produced. Ozone, if it is in the upper atmosphere, it is a blessing, but if the ozone is at the surface of the earth, it will be a pollutant. ठीक है ना? So when it is produced at the surface of the earth due to the reaction between nitrogen oxide and hydrocarbon, and in the presence of sunlight, if the ozone is formed, then uh, it will be considered as a pollutant. Another pollutant is carbon monoxide. It also comes from the burning of fossil fuel, and this will also result in the formation of the ozone. So what will ozone do if it is present in our environment where we breathe? The respiration and the nervous system disorders in the humans, they will take place. Then headache will result from the breathing of ozone. Then ozone will also damage over plants. वहाँ पे whitish spots जो हैं, chlorosis हो जाती है plants के leaves के ऊपर, white spots जो हैं वो appear हो जाते हैं. So this ozone, if it is present in the stratosphere, that is good. But if it is present in the troposphere, which is the layer of the atmosphere right in contact with the earth's surface, and this is the part of the atmosphere where we are surviving, in which we breathe. So if it is present in the troposphere, it is dangerous, it is a pollutant. And above the troposphere, at about the height of 10 kilometers, this is a stratosphere. If it is in the stratosphere, then it will be acting as a shield and it will be preventing UV radiations from reaching the earth. So ये आप मेरा concept समझ रहे हैं ना कि अर्थ, ये जो एटमॉस्फेयर है इसकी डिफरेंट लेयर्स हैं. जो सबसे नीचे है अर्थ के इन कांटेक्ट वो ट्रोपोस्फियर है. ट्रोपोस्फियर से ऊपर जो लेयर है वो स्ट्रेटोस्फियर है. देन मीजोस्फियर, थर्मोस्फियर, इस तरह से हाइट के इंक्रीज करते करते ये डिफरेंट लेयर्स हैं एटमॉस्फेयर की. और जो सबसे नीचे लेयर है वो ट्रोपोस्फियर है. ये वो लेयर है जिसमें इंसान और दूसरे हम सब ऑर्गेनिजम्स जो हैं ये रहते हैं, ब्रीथ करते हैं. अगर यहाँ पे ओजोन हो तो फिर ये हमारे लिए हेल्थ इश्यूज प्रोड्यूस करती है, प्लांट्स के लिए भी ये डेंजरस है. लेकिन अगर ये ऊपर एटमॉस्फेयर में है, स्ट्रेटोस्फियर में है, तो फिर ये एक ब्लेसिंग है. सो ये ओजोन फॉर्मेशन जो है ये होगी, और ये फोटोकेमिकल स्मोक जो है वो उसके लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल है. Next we have the second environmental concern, and what is it? This is acid deposition, which is also called as the acid rain. Now you see the burning of fossil fuel, it releases sulfur dioxide in atmosphere, nitric oxide, then nitrous oxide, different oxides of nitrogens, they are released in the atmosphere. Both the sulfur dioxide and the nitrogen oxides, they are converted into acids by combining with the water vapors in the atmosphere. अगर atmosphere में water vapors भी मौजूद हैं, तो ये जो सल्फर डाइऑक्साइड है और नाइट्रोजन के जो डिफरेंट ऑक्साइड्स हैं जो कि प्रोड्यूस हुए हैं फॉसिल फ्यूल की बर्निंग से, जो कि हम जलाते हैं अपने व्हीकल्स के अंदर, या हम उसको इंडस्ट्री में यूज करते हैं, तो ये गैसेस प्रोड्यूस होती हैं. और जब ये गैसेस एटमॉस्फेयर में जाती हैं तो वहाँ पे ये वाटर वेपर्स के साथ कंबाइन करती हैं और ये फिर एसिड्स बनाती हैं. जैसे सल्फर जो है वो बनाएगी, सल्फर डाइऑक्साइड सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड बना देगी. जो नाइट्रिक के डिफरेंट ऑक्साइड्स हैं दे विल फॉर्म एन एसिड नाइट्रिक एसिड. ठीक है. Now these acids which are formed in the atmosphere, they will come to the earth in two forms. Either they will come to the earth in rain in the form of acid rain, or they will be having dry deposition on the earth's surface as the sulfates and nitrate salt. So ये दो तरह से अर्थ की सरफेस के ऊपर ये वापस आ सकते हैं. ना ये जब एसिड रेन होगी और उसके इस रेन के वाटर के अंदर ये एसिड्स भी मौजूद होंगे, तो what harm they will cause? They will result in dying of lakes. What is the dying of lake? That is the when this acid containing rain, it will fall in a water body, so the aquatic life it will be destroyed. उस वहाँ पे जितने फिश वगैरह हैं वो उससे मर जाएंगे. ठीक है. देन लीचिंग ऑफ एल्यूमिनियम फ्रॉम द सॉइल की जो एल्यूमिनियम है वो निकल जाएगी. This will cause the lakes to become acidic by converting the mercury deposits of the lakes into soluble methyl mercury. जो वहाँ पे मर्करी मौजूद है उसको ये soluble फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट कर देंगे और वो मिथाइल मर्करी में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा, तो जिसकी वजह से लेक्स जो हैं they will become more acidic. Then the vegetation of the forest, it will be destroyed. Agricultural yield will be reduced. They will damage our marble and limestone monuments and buildings. ठीक है. जो हम sculptures बनते हो, different monuments बनाए होते हैं, या marble के जो हमारी buildings हैं ये उसको corrode करेंगे, destroy करेंगे. And they will also cause the lung and colon cancer in humans. So these are all the different effects which this acid rain will have on the humans. Now the third environmental concern is global warming. This is also called as the greenhouse effect, right? If the sun rays they enter into the earth atmosphere, they are trapped due to the pollutants and they are not reflected back. So re-radiate ये नहीं होते. Longer जो wavelengths हैं sun की जो कि heat sensation produce करते हैं, they are trapped in the atmosphere of the earth. These longer wavelengths, they are absorbed by water vapors, carbon dioxide, methane and other greenhouse gases. ये जो हैं ये इसको absorb कर लेती हैं longer wavelengths को और इनको re-radiate नहीं होने देती. as a result क्या होता है कि अर्थ का टेम्परेचर जो है वो बढ़ जाता है और जो अर्थ पोल्यूटेंट्स हैं एयर जो कि इसके लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल है उन्हें हम ग्रीन हाउस गैसेस भी कहते हैं. इसको हम ग्लोबल वार्मिंग, ग्रीन हाउस इफेक्ट कहते हैं. और जो गैसेस ये काम करती हैं, ये हीट को अब्जॉर्ब कर लेती हैं, उन्हें हम ग्रीन हाउस गैसेस कहते हैं. सो उसमें कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड है. कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड हमारे एनवायरनमेंट में कहाँ से आती है? फॉसिल फ्यूल की बर्निंग से आती है. नाइट्रस ऑक्साइड है, ये रिलीज होती है, फर्टिलाइजर फैक्ट्रीज इसको रिलीज करती हैं. एनिमल वेस्ट से ये रिलीज होती है. मीथेन जो है ये बैक्टीरिया जो मैमल्स और एनिमल्स की गट में मौजूद हैं, डाइजेशन में इनका रोल है, वो मीथेन प्रोड्यूस करते हैं. देन CFC गैसेस जो कि क्लोरोफ्लोरोकार्बन्स हैं, ये हमारे रेफ्रिजरेटर्स में, एयर कंडीशनर्स में यूज होती हैं. सो ऑल दीज आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल. ये सारी ग्रीन हाउस गैसेज हैं. जब एनवायरनमेंट में इनकी कंसंट्रेशन बढ़ती है तो what happens, the our environment it gets heat क्योंकि ट्रैप हो जाती है, तो environment जो है it gets heated up so that the temperature it will rise. अब क्या इफेक्ट है इस टेम्परेचर के राइज होने से हमारे इन ह्यूमंस के ऊपर, डिफरेंट दूसरे ऑर्गेनिजम्स के ऊपर? if the temperature of the earth will rise, what will happen? The melting of the polar ice will take place. As a result, what will happen? The sea level will increase, as a result of which the flooding of the coastal areas will take place. अगर flooding होती है coastal areas की तो हमारे बहुत से continents they will become under water, they will be flooded. The ecosystem of those areas it will also be destroyed. All vegetation, humans, organisms, they will be affected. Now the fourth environmental concern is ozone shield destruction. as I was telling you that ozone is a blessing when it is present in the stratosphere, and that is about 15 to 13 kilometer above the earth's surface. When it is present over there, it will be serving as a shield, as a protectant against the UV radiations of the sun. ठीक है ना? So if these gases CFC and halogens जो हैं, halocarbons जो हैं, carbon है, fluorine है, bromine है, they are responsible for the destruction of ozone. If they are present in the environment, they will destroy the ozone layer. O3 molecules जो हैं उनकी breakdown कर देंगे. वो कहते हैं कि अगर एक single जो chlorine का molecule है ना, वो about 1 lakh ओजोन के जो मॉलिक्यूल्स हैं O3 के मॉलिक्यूल्स को ये डिस्ट्रॉय कर सकता है. सो ये देख लें कि सिंगल मॉलिक्यूल कितनी डिस्ट्रक्शन लेके आता है ओजोन लेयर के अंदर. वो आप पढ़ते होंगे ओजोन होल डेवलप हो गया अंटार्कटिका के ऊपर और इस तरह की बातें. सो उससे क्या है कि यूवी रेडिएशंस जो हैं वो अर्थ की सरफेस पे आ जाती हैं, और ये यूवी रेडिएशंस जो हैं दे आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ कैंसर्स इन द ह्यूमन बींग्स. स्किन कैंसर्स हो जाते हैं, डेथ हो जाती है, then plants and animals, they are also affected. So this was all about the air pollution. Now the next type of air pollution is the water pollution. How we would define water pollution? Any harmful human action that impairs the use of water as a resource. यानी humans का कोई भी ऐसा action, कोई भी ऐसी एक्टिविटी जिसकी वजह से हम पानी को एज अ रिसोर्स यूज ना कर पाए, ना ड्रिंकिंग के लिए, ना डोमेस्टिक पर्पस के लिए, ना हम अपनी एग्रीकल्चर के लिए यूज कर पाए, तो इसको हम कहेंगे वाटर पोल्यूशन. यानी पानी इस हद तक डिटीरियोरेट हो जाए, इस हद तक खराब हो जाए कि आप उसको किसी भी पर्पस के लिए इस्तेमाल ना कर पाए, तो दैट विल बी द वाटर पोल्यूशन. एंड द पोल्यूटेड वाटर बिकम्स deoxygenated. Deoxygenated means that it will be devoid of oxygen. There will be no oxygen in the water, as a result of which what will happen that the aquatic life, it will not be able to survive, because उनके breathing के लिए वहाँ oxygen ही नहीं है, तो वो वहाँ पे survive नहीं कर पाएंगे, perish हो जाएंगे. So water pollution is more dangerous than air pollution. देखें air pollution, एयर की क्वालिटी कुछ खराब हो जाए फिर भी आप उसमें ब्रीथ करते रहते हैं, लेकिन जब वाटर जो है इट बिकम्स डिवॉइड ऑफ ऑक्सीजन, तो वोंट बी एबल टू सपोर्ट द लाइफ ऑल टुगेदर. नाउ व्हाट आर द वाटर पोल्यूटेंट्स? दीज आर बायोलॉजिकल एजेंट्स, पैथोजेंस इन द सीवेज which will cause different diseases. उसमें टाइफाइड, कॉलरा वगैरह आ जाते हैं. then chemicals, industrial waste, fertilizers, pesticides, insecticides, solid waste, heat, etc. All over waste things we dump in the water body, and all these then result in destroying the quality of water and won't be able to use the water for over different purposes. So this is the effect, how the water it will be get dirty and won't be able to be consumed.